Let's begin with the obvious. Why confusion? You already do it. You scroll a new app. Try to figure out why your partner's mad, or wonder if your job is slowly murdering your soul. That feeling of what the fuck is going on, that's confusion. And in that moment, your brain lights up. It gets off its lazy autopilot and starts actually paying attention. Confusion creates a neurochemical gateway. It triggers cognitive dissonance, that state your brain hates, where two ideas contradict. And the brain's response is to fix it fast. That's why cults use paradox. That's why hypnotists tell weird-ass stories. That's why kids learn like lightning when they're curious, not when they're lectured. And it's why you stay stuck when you're too comfortable. So we weaponize confusion. We interrupt the bullshit pattern. Procrastination, fear, people-pleasing. Create an internal huh. Then we slide a new idea that resolves that discomfort. Example. You say, I'm a perfectionist. What's really happening? Pattern. If I don't get it right, I won't be loved. Interrupt. What if your perfectionism is just fear wearing a mask? Install. People love your messy, unfinished heart more than your polished performance. Now they're stunned, open, vulnerable, ready. And that's where we lead them to a new map. You already do this when you laugh nervously after a mistake. That's a pattern interrupt. When you tell someone a surprising story that makes them rethink a belief, that's reframing. When you guide a friend from I can't do this to but what if I tried? That's pacing and leading. Now let's install this as your identity. You are a pattern interrupter, a belief hacker, a value excavator. Let's run a full strategy now. Chunk down. Find the pattern. What's the trigger? Example, I avoid conflict. What does that protect? The fear of being disliked. What does that mean I value? Connection, peace. Elicit the value. When have you fought for connection, not avoided conflict? Boom. You've just made the fear noble. You've flipped the shame into power. Create confusion. So if avoiding conflict causes disconnection, but you value connection, then avoiding conflict is destroying what you value most. How's that working? That's the fucking dagger right there. Silence, mind opens, rewires itself. Lead with a new frame. What if conflict is just a courageous form of clarity? What if your anger isn't dangerous but divine? The science, neuroplasticity, the brain literally rewires itself when it's exposed to new, emotionally significant patterns. Mirror neurons. People unconsciously mirror what's emotionally congruent. When you reflect their values better than they do, they follow. Cognitive dissonance. If the new idea makes more emotional and logical sense than the old one dies. It has to maintain mental equilibrium. The karma of avoidance. You avoid using this because you're afraid of being judged, misinterpreted, rejected. But not using this, that's you letting fear colonize your potential. That's you colluding with stagnation. That's you abandoning the people who need you to shake them awake. The price of comfort is the debt of impact. You were not made to be safe. You were built to disrupt and realign. So how do you pace and lead? Mirror their language, beliefs, emotional state. That's pacing. Introduce a new angle through their values. That's a reframe. Then lead them from fear to possibility. For example, you feel stuck because you care about doing it right. That means you value integrity. Beautiful. But isn't ignoring your calling the ultimate betrayal of that integrity? What would it look like to honour your integrity by taking that messy step anyway? The top patterns to interrupt. I'm not ready. What if I fail? It's too late. That's just who I am. I'm a people pleaser. I need their approval. Every single one of these has a root value. Extract it, flip it, lead them back home. Let's explain it like you're 5. When you get confused, your brain goes, uh-oh, and wants to fix it. So you give it a new idea, like a cool puzzle. It's like giving your brain a surprise gift. It opens it, and it finds a better toy inside. Confusion is my ally. Comfort is the enemy of growth. I can create change through reflection, not force. My words can rewire someone's entire world. My fear is a compass, not a stop sign. You're the goddamn stone in the pond, not the ripple. Not the water, the fucking stone. Throw it. Watch the world shake. I'm a mirror, not a mind. If this stirred something in you, take a breath. Feel what's opening. That's your next move calling.